I wanted to do a video that's a little bit different, and as it's starting to get winter time, I am kind of anticipating that there's going to be postponement like it had was last year. I actually went over a month without going to a game last year, and that was because two of the games I wanted to go to both got postponed on the day, and even the Plymouth one actually I rocked up for. So I thought, do a few videos in my studio. I mean, why not? I've got this lovely studio and I very rarely use it, and it's just because I want ideas. I try and think of ideas and I don't want to just copy people. Oh, well, I didn't. Now I have. So yeah, thank you. But this is my own top 10 most unique non-league grounds. So if you do like this kind of video, subscribe down below and like the video, and I'll appreciate it very much. So let's get into it with number 10. So at number 10, hopefully I'll put it like here or something. Maybe here, maybe it'll be a complete overlay. I mean, literally, I don't know right now. I mean, I do edit it, but we'll go for now. But at number 10, it is the Royal Oak. Now it has a capacity of just over 1,000. It opened in 1898, and it is home to Harwich and Parkerston. They're an Essex-based club. They were founded in 1875 and nicknamed the Shrimpers. They play in the Eastern County League Division 1 North, which I find when they start to get down the table a little bit, the name of what the leagues are get longer and longer and longer, and then it's very hard to even remember what you're doing. But at least Buckland, nice and simple, Western League, never forget that one. But what makes this ground unique, and obviously in bottom of the list, but it's still in the list. It could have been all those thousands of grounds that are around the country. Could have just been not even made into the list. So appreciate that it's even here. But what makes it unique is that main stand, I don't know what sign I'm putting it, opened in 1948. But also the stand behind the goal looked very unique also. Now they have played a local team to me actually in the FA Cup in 1961. And like Ryan Football Paradise says, I do have notes in front of me. I don't remember this stuff off the top of my head. I don't pretend to remember this stuff off the top of my head. I could read something and I would have forgotten it 5 seconds later, so it is in front of me here. But I have done the research myself. I haven't just let someone else do it for me. So I have researched, but I have played Torquay United in the FA Cup in 1961. But what's even bigger is they have actually played in front of over 100,000 fans at Wembley. Wembley, yeah, the home of football, Wembley, in the FA Amateur Cup, which they lost 6-0 to actually a non-league team that were famous at the time, Pegasus. So that's mad, as it is anyway. That is a unique bit of information. The FA Amateur Cup actually sounded like a really cool cup, so it's a shame that it doesn't exist anymore, but I guess we've got equivalent kind of like the vase or the trophy, but it was apparently a little bit better than those. It's a bit too far for me to go and visit, but go and have a look at it. And at number 9, we have the Polegrove. Capacity, again, just over 1,000. Now, I can't actually find a date of when the ground opened, but it is home to Bexhill United. Now, they were founded in 1927, so you could say, oh, is that not when the ground opened? But no, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But they are nicknamed the Pirates and play in the Southern Combination Premier Division. Here again, long-winded words. Although they only have one stand, literally one stand. But what makes this fantastic is this mock Tudor again. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it there, let's be honest. I mean, look at that gap, Kyle. If you put it there, you're an idiot. Put it here, or overlay it, whatever you want to do. But a mock Tudor stand was built in 1929, and it really makes it a unique one. Yeah, I mean, it isn't like maybe some that we'll come on to in a bit, no spoilers, but look at that. I mean, it looks fantastic. Again, another one that I'd really like to visit. But when I said I couldn't find the date of the ground opening, that's because another unique thing actually is that they share the ground with the local cricket team, which must have already played here obviously before then. Cricket, of course, came before football. A lot of football teams originated from cricket teams that couldn't, of course, play in the winter. So they have a separate clubhouse and changing room. And Bexhill United aren't able to play any home games during the cricket season. But again, A bit far for me, but well worth checking out if you are in the area. In number 8, a little bit closer to home, but one that I still haven't actually visited yet, and that is Penleigh Park. Have you guessed where that is yet? If not, wait and see in about 15 seconds. Unless I go on a little bit of a tangent and then it'll be longer than that. Oh, I've already done it. Right, anyway. Capacity of 1,100. They were opened in 1952 and it is home of Penzance AFC, of course. About an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. Maybe a little bit longer. 2.5, 2 hours. Let's go 2 hours. 2 hours away. Founded in 1888. Unfortunately, they're nicknamed the Magpie, but will swiftly move on from that disastrous nickname. Maybe change it up. Maybe change it up, Penzance. You'll only be Magpies. We know what we think about the Mags. FTM. Anyway, they play in the Southwest Peninsula League West. Again, a little bit of a mouthful, but we're used to that one because that's Bovic League, Timoth League, Newton Abbott Smith League. So we've already on that. But what makes Penleigh Park really unique is actually the main entrance. That's weird, isn't it, really? I mean, the main entrance is something you just walk through and then you don't think anything of it, do you? You look around at the ground, you're spending nearly 2 hours just in the stadium. You're not looking what's out there. But look how beautiful that is. I mean, imagine if they were a bigger club and you're walking through there. That is iconic, but that is fantastic as well. So that makes it unique. But they do have one stand that's very different than the rest. Again, overlay it, Kyle. They have like benching rather than the seat, because you can see there. I just think that's a little bit different. It'll be like you're in year 6 assembly. I don't know if you are English, and maybe you should know Nick. If not, then showing my age. But in year 6, you could find this on the benching around the school hall. You kind of feel like that. You'll feel big and powerful. Maybe not. Anyway, their ground opened actually, very interestingly, with a game against Luton Town. So they actually had that opening game. Luton Town again, overlay some stuff, Carl. But they have also hosted Liverpool here in a tournament. How mental is that? Hosted Liverpool. But anyway, they've got a ground that I plan to go and visit this season. It's definitely unique, well worth to check out, and not too far for me to go. So hopefully I'll be able to get in a little visit to Penzance in the next year. Next up, we have Victoria Bottons. I know. I mean, that's mental already, isn't it? The name of the ground. That is fantastic. I love it. But they can got like a capacity of, I actually don't know. I couldn't find any record. And from how overgrown that looks, I mean, look at that. That is overgrown. I would guess like they could only fit 200 or so in there. But it opened in 1936 and it's home of Nanpeen Rovers, founded in 1901. They're nicknamed, well, again, I couldn't find a nickname, so we'll nickname them the Bottoms. I mean, well, why not? And they play in, ready for this one, the St Piran League Division 1 East. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? The St Piran League Division 1 East. I can say that one better, that's not too bad. But what makes this unique? Well, come on, look at it. It was a reclaimed China clay pit created during the Great Depression. Unemployed men spent 2 years hard labour creating a huge terraced arena. That was the plan anyway. At the time, it was claimed the ground could hold 20,000 spectators, but I just can't see how that ever could. I mean, it hasn't ever, of course, and they are quite low down the leagues. I mean, St Piran League Division 1 East. I mean, that is pretty far down. I don't think they would even be able to get 100 there, let alone 200. I mean, if you know, you've been in Nanpeen and you know that they've had more than 200 spectators there, then please let me know. But it just looked really, really cool. Another one that I really want to visit, obviously in Cornwall. It's actually closer to home than Penzance, and it's actually one that is on my list for this season. So Penzance is what I want to do. Nanpeen is on the list. It's going to happen unless something pops up better along the way. But what could be better than that? I mean, 6 other unique ground, of course. But we'll move on. So next, in number 6, we have the Pilot Field. Capacity, a little bit bigger than all the other ones. 4,050. It opened in 1922 and it is home to a famous battle, Hastings United, founded in 1893 and nicknamed the U's. Don't know why. I mean, United? There's lots of United. There should be the H's. I don't even know. What am I doing? Like throwing up gang signs there. Anyway, they play in the Ishman Premier Division. Their record attendance at this ground was 12,527 in a 3-3 draw with Norwich in the FA Cup. But that was when the graph rank, that again I'll show you, opposite the main stand was open. Unfortunately, that is now closed and you're not able to watch it from there, which of course had affected the attendance massively. Affected the attendance, the potential attendance that it could have been. It of course isn't going to be that when they're playing where they are. But just really unique. I mean, they have two really unique grounds. I mean, even that main stand looked cool, and that standing covered like one behind the goal, that looked fantastic. But the main stand is like pretty far back. It would be quite a bad view from there, but I'm sure you could find somewhere that would be quite good, and something like I like that little overlook, bird's eye view kind of look. So I'm sure you could find something there. Ground looked fantastic. Just a shame it's 5 hours away from me, but I would love to visit there one day, especially as their old ground is literally right next door, converted into like a 5-a-side pitch or something like that, with still some of the stands there. So it could be a 2-in-1 video if I did go there. But yeah, well worth a check out if you are around the Hastings area or happen to do a bit of tourism around there. Why not forget the Battle of Hastings kind of memoriam and where it happened? Go and watch Hastings. Maybe do both. So next in number 5 we have the Wellesley Recreation Ground, capacity of 3,600, opened in 1888 and is home of Great Yarmouth Town, who were founded in 1897. They are nicknamed the Botton, which is, weird, but they play in the Eastern County Premier Division with a record attendance of 8,944 versus Crystal Palace in 1953. But what makes this unique? Well, it's that stand, isn't it? I mean, that stand is recognised as the oldest football stand currently in England, still standing. Completed in 1892, which makes it 131 years old, and it's now even a listed building. You can't even touch that. That record is extended. Other than that main stand, there is a covered stand, as you can see there, that run quite a bit far down. It looked like behind the goal. It looked quite cool, a little bit peculiar with the benches there. But that main stand has got to win it. The view from both stands looked very far away, with the athletic track running around it. And, it is set back quite far, but really, really, truly unique. Well deserved in number 5 spot. The Dripping Pan. Do I need to say anything more? What a unique ground name, firstly. The Dripping Pan. How cool is that? With a capacity of over 3,000. It opened in 1885 and is home to Lewis FC. Founded again at the same time. Nicknamed the Rook, they play in the Ishman League Premier Division. Now, this ground definitely qualified for being unique. Does it not? It had 3 stands, 1 covered stand that opened in 2007, which replaced an old wooden stand they had before. But that stand actually has red padded seats from Wembley Stadium. Again, how cool is that? A standing stand again behind the goal, which opened in 2003 with the clubhouse next to it, and a small stand behind the other goal, which acts on the away end when they need it. They don't currently really need it. I'm guessing the home fans use it, but if there ever is a segregation, that is where the away fan will be. But where I would most likely to watch the game would be on that big grass bank, running along the pitch. Perfect. I could pace up and down. There's not even anything in the way to obstruct, so that would actually be perfect for me. So if I want to go, of course I'll wander around all of it, but that would be my main vantage spot. Nice and simple to pace up and down the wing like I'm bloody running the lines or something. But what makes it truly unique, if I haven't already, is that 4-themed beach hut that you can book out. How cool is that? A beach hut. You can stand in a beach hut and watch a game. Your own little private beach hut with a nice view behind the goal. Surely nothing can beat this ground. I mean, 3 things are, so obviously they can, but I want to visit there. I really want to visit there. Again, it's just past Botton, so it's about 4.5 hours away from me. But I'd love to go and visit. I really would. And if you are nearby, I would highly recommend. I mean, if that hasn't tickled your fancy, go online and look it up. Brilliant. Now in third place, we have Edgar Street. Now, with a capacity of only now 5,250, it opened in the late 19th century and was actually used for an athletic track before coming home to Hereford FC, in bracket, always United. Founded originally in 1924, but the Phoenix Club have called this their home since 2014. They are nicknamed the Bull and play in the National League North, with a record attendance of 18,114 in the FA Cup against Sheffield Wednesday. Now, I mean, I've been here, not to go and watch a game, but if you haven't checked out that video, I went and brought it. Luckily, they let someone left the door open and I was able to get in when it was, well, meant to be closed. No one was there. So check that one out. I'll leave it in the description below. I mean, always also subscribe somewhere. Yeah, maybe there. Maybe there. No, I don't know. And you'll find out more because I do go a lot more in depth with them. But why is it on the list? I had to put it on the list. And again, the floodlights are going to be going soon. I think they've had a little bit of trouble. They tried to remove them and then something happened. So they're still trying to do that, but that's happening soon, which is a shame. I probably would have been higher on the list. But what makes it is that stand running alongside the goal. That one, first of all, the terrace behind the goal, the standing terrace, the curved terrace because that's where the racetrack used to run round. Brilliant, amazing. I mean, the curve itself is just cool and iconic, but the one running down the halfway line is, I mean, I don't remember the name of the stand, and I'm gutted I've forgotten that, but with a terrace underneath and standing above, that just is really, really cool, and you very, very rarely see this. So I do plan to go and watch Hereford play this season. Again, another unique ground. I need to tick it off. I just need to tick that off, and I would 100% highly recommend you go and check it off. If you like ground hopping, if you like going around the different unique grounds rather than just a field, go to Hereford, go to Edgar Street. It's incredible. I love it. Now, next up, in second place, we have the Lime Valley Stadium. The capacity of over 4,000 and built in, well, I actually couldn't find when it was built. I did really dig. I dug hard and I couldn't find anything. But it is home to Newcastle Town. Now, this is the only time a team called Newcastle will probably be in any of my list, of course, being a Sunderland fan. But luckily, it's Newcastle from Newcastle under Lime and not the other one. But they were founded in 1964 and play in the Northern Premier League Division 1 West. Again, another mouthful. But this ground just has to be up in a position to one of the most unique reasons that I've ever seen at a football ground. You see ground sharing with cricket clubs or rugby clubs, but a velodrome with bikes going around. Of course, not during the game, but that's mad. I mean, you very rarely see a velodrome anyway. I mean, not where I live anyway, down in Devon, but a velodrome going around the pitch, of course, sloped upwards, so that if the ball went out of play, I mean, it would kind of just roll up and roll back down like a slide. No need for ball boy, that ball coming back to you unless you hit it really, really high. But that'd be really unique and really funny to watch a game there with, like I said, effectively a big slide going around the whole thing. I love that. Although, when it rains, it might have good drainage, but the water kind of comes down and maybe look like a waterfall. Like Old Trafford. At number 1, the top of the list is the Cabri Recreation Ground. I mean, wow. Built in 1896, originally being used for cricket, but the picturesque building that you can see right there was built in 1902. I mean, other than that first look, I mean, yeah, wow. It's nothing actually any special in the surrounding or the rest of the ground. But I mean, this is the most unique ground in non-league. I mean, no argument, surely. The capacity is very little, as there's no seating stand at all. I mean, that doesn't even hold very many people at all. And I doubt they've actually had over a couple hundred there. But it was founded in 1994, and this is home to Cabri Athletic FC, nicknamed, of course, the Chocolate Men. They play in the Midland League Division 2, and it's overlooked by Cabri World in Birmingham. I mean, it's on the site of Cabri's World. How amazing is that? And I can't wait to visit that one day. I mean, that is another one that's on my list for a must do very, very soon. So yeah, I mean, that is fantastic. That is amazing. Wow, there it is, my top 10. So like I said, if you have enjoyed these different kinds of video, that is fantastic. And also, if you have been checking out this shirt from, a Cabri Vallecano shirt, first of all, from LU Soccer, absolutely fantastic. Really, really like it. Check them out in the description, TDM10 at checkout. I'm getting a little bit toasty, so hold on, let me just put this on quickly. Sorry, yeah, I didn't mean toasty. I've bloody lost what I'm doing. It's freezing cold. So I had to put this on. I do have a heater, but I've got things in the way of it. But thank you so much. If you have enjoyed this video, please subscribe down below. Please like the video, and I'll be back very soon for another vlog, and that is Buckland in the FA Vase next round. Let's see if they can continue the run. You never know. Buckland at Wembley. I've seen Ascot at Wembley. Time for Buckland, I reckon. Thank you. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.